Hey there guys, it's Josie Willows here, and today here is the penultimate update for the ITCC League, a GT6 league run by myself, an online league which is replacing the offline league which was famous on my channel, the GP3 Championship. So this update is regarding times, championship tables, point systems and the rules. So by the way, the last update that I will do will be for the what time the test day will be to test the cars out and when the season starts. So anyway guys, without further ado, let's get into the penultimate update. Now first of all, let's go over the times. Now recently I made an update saying that well, I made a video for a vote to say what time everyone would prefer, and I gave you three options: option A, option B, and option C. We got a decent amount of votes, and one of them got the most, and it seemed that everybody liked this time. But I can tell you now that the time that people they wanted to do this was option C. So the lobby will open at 5:45 p.m. BST. And I'm saying BST because by then, by the 30th of March, when the first test day happens, to determine which drivers will go into which teams, it would have gone back to BST. So it would have gone forward an hour. Meaning we're losing an hour in bed, unfortunately. So, yeah, that's what time are we doing it. And qualifying at 5 p.m. BST, as I'll just see one of my mates from school walking down. Anyway, moving on to the championships that everybody is fighting for. Now there are 5 championship tables in total. 3 of them is what everybody will be fighting for, and 2 of them is what some of you will be fighting for. So here we go. The 3 championships, we're going to start off with the 3 championships that everybody is fighting for. So one of them is the Drivers' Championship, obviously. The second one is the Teams Championship, obviously. And the third one is the Manufacturers' Championship. So that's what everybody's fighting for. Now let's go over the championships that some people are fighting for. And when I mean some, I mean the independents. Now the 2 championships that the independents are fighting for are the Independents Championship, obviously, and the Independents Teams Championship. So there are the 2 titles that the independents are fighting for. So they're the 5 titles. Now let's move on to the point system. Now there are 2 point systems. One is for everyone and 2 is for the independents. So let's go on to the point system that everybody is fighting for. So the point system goes down to 10th on this, guys. So first place you receive 20 points, second place you receive 15, third place you receive 10, fourth place you receive 8, fifth place you receive 6, sixth place you receive 5, seventh place you receive 4, 8th place you receive 3, 9th place you receive 2, and 10th place you receive 1. But that's not all, guys, because you do get an additional point for these 2 things as well. Now, you get 1 point if you get pole position in the sprint race, guys. So, but this point will not be compulsory for the feature race, as the grid positions for the feature race are determined by the results of the sprint race. So that's the reason why you won't get a point for pole position for this feature race. It's just for the sprint race, guys. Okay, and the other one, which is compulsory for both races, you get 1 point for fastest lap of the race. Okay, guys. Right, now let's go over the Independents Championship. Now, your points, the Independents go down to 6th place in their category, that is. So if you finish first across the line in the Independents, you receive 10 points. Second place in the Independents, you receive 6 points. Third place in the Independents, you receive 4 points. Fourth place you receive 3, fifth place you receive 2, and sixth place you receive 1. So the same as Formula 1, the old Formula 1 point system. It goes down to sixth place, and you don't get additional points for pole position or fastest lap. The only time you can get those points is if for the real championship that everyone's fighting for. Okay, right, moving on to the rules. Now there are 24 rules in total. Some of them I think 2 of them I've already mentioned, and one of them is just one I decided to put on anyway, which is nothing to do with it. So anyway, let's go over them anyway. So you'll see them go up on the screen now in like a credit motion. So rule number 1: any dirty driving and or I've put an and/or there, constant messing about, you will be kicked out from the league. Right, guys? So, although we want you to have fun, we want you to take this seriously as well. Don't pillock about, guys. Rule 2. Like I've already mentioned, races are on Sunday with the lobby opening at 4:45 PM BST and qualifying for race 1 to start at 5 PM BST. So yeah. Rule 3. Now this is one that some of you will need to know. There will be no team swapping allowed, as it is not down to me, it is down to the teams, and the only time you can swap is with my permission. However, expect us to be strict about this, so don't argue. What I mean by us is that we are looking for stewards at the moment, so if you want to be a steward, then please let us know in the comments. And it doesn't matter whether you're a driver or a team boss as well, you can still be a team boss, but guys, be realistic and don't... If you're going to be a steward, then you've got to be realistic about yourselves and not, you know, be favourites if you're in an accident. Rule 4. Now, this is in the Super Fleet League. There is a reverse penalty rule, meaning that if you get penalised, disqualified, or get a qualifying ban, you can reverse it before the next race. Right? However, just like the previous rule that I just that I mentioned, we will be strict about this, so don't expect us to reverse it that easily. Okay, guys? Thought I'd let you know about that one as well. Okay. Rule 5. Now, this is one that that everyone has got to get used to. Rule 5. When you're doing qualifying, guys, and you believe that you have done a lap which you feel that you have done enough to get yourself a decent position and can't do any better on the grid, don't retire, because this is not the reason for this, guys, is this game is not F1 2013, because for some reason if you retire from qualifying, the game will not allow you to go back to go into the race, guys. It will not allow you to attend the race, guys. You'll have to watch it from the lobby. So don't retire, guys. So what I'd recommend doing is you return to the pits and wait until the qualifying has finished. I know it's boring, but that's what you've got to do. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could change it, but I can't. Rule 7. Now, this is what I've been noticing, and I don't know whether they fixed this or not. But recently on GT6, there is a weird issue going on where whenever someone finishes a race online, for some reason the game decides to give you a 100-second time penalty for no reason. Let me just type that in, guys. It gives you a 100-second time penalty for no reason, guys. If this happens, guys, we will take we will take this off. But my reckoning, I believe it has something to do with the pit lane entrance. So I would recommend to slow down before it automatically drives you in the pits. If it isn't that, we will still take it off. And we'll still take it off if you forget to do it, because it's a bit BS, guys, let's be honest. Rule 8. Now, this one you've got to take seriously, guys, so don't argue with this one. For drivers with PSN mics, you are not allowed to communicate with anyone outside of your team. Okay, so you need to mute them. The only person you should be talking to if he or she has a mic is your teammate to discuss tactics, team orders, requests, when you are pitting, or any personal information, e.g. upgrades, setups, etc. So don't talk to anybody outside of your team, because this is a team sport and you've got to think tactically, guys. Okay? Right, I've got to hurry up before the iPad dies. It's on 3%. Number 9. If you cause an accident, you will be punished. Number 10. If you gain an advantage by cutting a chicane or going on the outside track while overtaking, you must give the place back. If you don't do this, then you will be punished. Okay, guys? Right, rule 11. Now this goes to everybody, including the team bosses. The power limit is between 270 to 300 brake horsepower. Now I mentioned this before. PP doesn't matter, but that's the power limit, guys. We will, and this comes into rule 12 as well. Rule 12. We will be checking your cars to see if you have met the rules during testing and the race. If your car is below or over the horsepower limit during testing, we will ask you to change the horsepower before the season. Or if you don't meet, if you don't meet these rules in the race, you will be penalised or disqualified. Okay, guys, so you've got to meet the rules. Round 13. You can make changes to the car, right, guys, which meet the rules, but only in the European rounds. We do have rounds outside of Europe as well, so don't think we're just doing European rounds, because we're not. That's why it's called ITCC, the Intercontinental Touring Car Championship. Rule 14. You are not allowed to make changes to the car during the weekend. So, before qualifying for the sprint race starts, guys, you can put a setup on, but after that you can't change it, okay? Rule 15. Now this goes to everyone and the teams as well, and the bosses as well. You are not allowed to change cars during the season. The only time you can change cars is for season 2, okay? Rule 16. Now this goes to everyone. You all need a setup for each race to compete with the other cars, otherwise you're in a disadvantage. Rule 17. You are not allowed to tell what parts or setups you have put on your cars to other teams or other drivers that are not in your teams. Okay, guys? So, make sure that if you are doing this, guys, and if you are sharing personal information with other teams, you will be punished. Okay? Rule 19. Now, this goes to upgrading the car. You can put anything on the car, except you are not allowed nitrous. No nitrous is allowed, because nitrous is cheating. Rule 20. All assists will be available, so don't think you'll be at a slight disadvantage. Rule 21. In the feature race, you will need to make a pit stop between lap 2 and the penultimate lap. If you do not lap, otherwise you will be disqualified, so you need to do it, guys. If there is no need to make a pit stop though, guys, in the sprint race, unless you have a problem and it needs to get repaired, and it's the same for the feature race. If you have a problem, then you need to come into the pits, obviously. And it's repairable, I should say. Rule 22. The grade for the feature race will be determined by the race results from the sprint race, like I just mentioned. Rule 23. Just like BTCC in the 90s, if near the end of the season you are in the championship fight, and so whether it be an independence or the drivers' championship, one of them, fight, okay, and your teammate isn't in the championship hunt, guys, and in the race you believe your teammate is holding you up and you need to get past because you can't find a way past, then you will need to flash your lights to indicate to your teammate, "Let me through." If your teammate refuses to let you through, then you will be punished. However, if you are flashing your lights, take it seriously, guys. So meaning be realistic about it and don't use it all the time. And rule 24, have fun and see you at Brands Hatch. Okay, guys? Right, so that's all I've got to say, other than everyone get setups and listen to everything that I have mentioned. Okay? And also, guys, it will be helpful if you record footage as well to help with the stewards. So if you want to be a steward also, put down in the comments. And testing should be next week on the 30th. So anyway, guys, I think that's all I've got to say. And also, guys, all the teams, make sure you make a launch video. Okay, I'm doing James's launch video, but everyone else, make sure you do a launch video. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I've been Jizzy Willows, and I'm out. See ya.